All right. So welcome everybody.
Thank you.
So on behalf of Marianne and I certainly want to welcome everybody for this joyous occasion, family and friends, for the wedding of our daughter Renee to Tony. I have to personally admit that I'm kind of relieved today is finally here. You know, I go back to my normal routine. Dinner's on time, my wife being home, not going out to Michael's every night, not spray painting things, so I'm really happy this day is finally here. And while my experience in terms of the wedding plan was minimal, I can now say that I can tell Marianne for what was happening in the situation was that I kept having to remind her that she wasn't getting married, Renee was getting married. Of course, a special thanks to Phil and Pam and the respective families in celebrating this joyous event today.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Finally, also a big thank you to all the wedding party, all of Renee's maids of honor, and then Tony's groomsmen. It was really great to see this. In addition to all the friends that showed up here today from college, it's just a tremendous event. So, Tony, you know, we're really pleased to have you as part of our family. You know, Tony, for folks who don't know Tony, he's a very, very special person. Great sense of humor. He's an avid sports fan, which of course I like a lot. But I think Tony brings more than anything else to the marriage, in my mind, is he's well-grounded, has a great sensibilities, and I know they're going to be a perfect match together. Thank you, Tony. You know, the writer George Sand once had a comment that I really loved. This is his remarks, and I think they really hold true when he made them. They hold true more importantly today. The two greatest things in life are these: to love and to be loved. So when I think of that, and I think of Renee in the context of our own family, if everyone's ever been to our home, you'll notice we have pictures of our children all over the place. We have pictures of them from when they were toddlers to when they graduated from high school. All their high school pictures are up. We've got two giant portraits in the living room when they were really small and they were much older later on, of our three kids, Michael, Carrie, and Renee. And there's one special set of portraits I really, really look at, and I really enjoy probably better than anyone else, any other portraits. It's a long vertical frame that's about very vertical, very narrow, about 2 feet long. And what it does show, it shows like them growing up as toddlers. You see them as little kids. You see them when they first were in kindergarten, and then through elementary school, and then through high school and early adolescence. And you know, when I think of those portraits, it kind of reminds me of the, you know, it's true though. It's the movie like Father with the Bride. When George Banks is sitting there, and he's reminiscing that the night before the wedding, and everything's flashing before his eyes. Those portraits remind me of Renee, and remind me of how much we love her. So we are so blessed to have Renee in our lives. So there's so many things I really love about her. I love her intellectual prowess and her intellectual curiosity. She was a young kid. She'd be constantly reading. She still reads today. So that's really something great about her. And also, what also stands about her is her perseverance and fortitude. And people who know Renee, she's a perfectionist. And whether it's like learning to feel the baseball, which she does quite well, Tony, or whether it's like finishing a project at work or any sort of deliverable, she's just great at that. She can really do that. She's great at mastering the subject matter. And then the other thing about Renee too, everybody who knows her, especially her friends, her close friends, know her sarcasm is legendary. And I love hearing the stories that she tells about Tony, which I'll let Tony decide later on. But I think the thing I love about her the most, in my mind, is her witty sense of humor. In fact, You know, have you ever seen her do impersonations of people? She does a great Molly Haggerty, for example. but I find that's, in fact, it's such a special gift because I told Renee earlier on, I really said in all sincerity, when she's come back from college, she'd be a great comic writer. She's got that kind of sense. So, so I think, and I think she's also, her other last great skills, which she's very empathetic. She's able to, she understands people really well. And finally, and then this, she has a great generosity of spirit, which is probably the most important trait any person can actually have. So, once again, Renee, our thanks for the love you've given us and what you've given us has been so very special. So on this special day and going forward, we hope your love for Tony, and Tony, your love for her, will carry you both towards a special journey as you embark on creating your own family. May the two of you always treat each other with love, compassion, and kindness. So at this juncture, I'd like everybody to raise their glass. I'd ask you to join me in congratulating